Hey there, Stan Shields here, Marketing Automation Solutions. Thank you for joining us in our Systems Summits presentations. I appreciate you being here. We are going to talk in this session about sending standardized but personalized messages. Okay, so let's just dive right in. The process is called Simple Follow-Up Solutions. So simplefollowup.solutions is the website to find it later on. A simple and inexpensive process to help you follow up with your contacts virtually for free. Now, do you have maybe sales prospects, event attendees, donors, investors, or whatever, but do you have lists of people that you maybe want to send messages to, email messages to them, but you don't want them to be non-personal, right? So you want to send highly personal but automated messages out to people. Well, there's a few things that you got to make sure that you do. Number one is customer avatar. What is your customer avatar? Have you answered these 4 basic questions for the avatar? So who is your ideal customer? That's the key question for the avatar. If you've figured that out, who your ideal customer is, then that is the first part that we want to make sure that we have in place. Where can we find them? So those ideal customers, we need to know where they are. If it's a local kind of a business, we need to know where do we find them locally. If it's online, we need to know where do we find them as an online business. Now, what can you use as bait to attract them? How can I attract them to my site, to my business? And so is it a free gift? Is it a free report, a free download? Is it a free trial? Is it something else that's maybe high value but low cost? You have to figure out what is it that they're really interested in and how can you get them to come and check out your business and what it is that you're doing. Lastly, it's what's the result that you want to give them. What result do you want them to get from you, from interacting with you, so that when they walk away, they have a memorable impression. The second thing is being very specific and knowing what your outreach process is going to be. How many messages do you want to send to them? What's the frequency of your messages? Do you want to send once a week, once a day, once a month? What is it? And then what's the content going to be for those messages? Then also, so now you guys are probably familiar with some of this. You've probably seen it. When we start looking at and thinking about networking and some of the other connections that we might make out there, one of the challenges, this Zoom setting or video conferencing setting, we've all kind of experienced this. And so if it's been on Zoom, you've got this contact information that's in this chat file that now, what do you do with that information? So it's kind of a challenge of organizing that and figuring out what to do. I could take and cut and paste the emails and put them into an email and send them something or a text or whatever. Personalization, though, takes time, right, to send something to people. So we need to know how am I going to reach out to these people and how do I make it personal enough that they're going to want to read it and want to connect with me later on. Automated emails typically have very low open rates, so we want to make sure that we don't send out just this standard message that doesn't get opened. If you're not familiar with these open rates, 17.8% is the average for the email open rates these days. 2.6% click-through rate and a 14.3% is a click-to-open rate. And we'll talk a little bit more about click-to-open in just a minute. On the other side, personal emails get opened to the tune of about 80% or so. So how can we send a personal email? And we don't mean from your personal email address, but we mean an email that comes from directly from your email client, whether it's your business email or something like that. How do you send those? Because those are the ones that really get opened. Now, so what's really the big difference? Well, number one, you ask the question, well, why is it that those personal emails get opened, but the ones from a larger email system does not get open? And larger email systems being like MailChimp or some of those kinds of things. But why don't they get open? Well, part of it is that personal emails don't have all the trappings that these larger systems have. There's legal requirements and regulations and stuff that require those email systems to add things to the email that sometimes it gets caught up in spam filters and all that kind of stuff. And also your personal emails are coming from your personal domain and so forth. So, and the last one it was kind of interesting to me is the subject lines. Subject lines tend to be less salesy and more personal when they come from your email box. But guess what? This little study here shows that 47% of email recipients decide to open your email just based on the subject line alone. And then 69% of email recipients report email as spam, totally based on just the subject line alone. So for nothing else, those are two very good reasons those are two very good reasons to really work on getting those emails subject lines in order so that they get opened. Now, what if you could send personal emails in bulk, fast and free? What if you got 60 to 80% open rates and 15 to 40% click-through rates, click-to-open rates? What if people were booking appointments with you automatically and all you really needed to do was meet with them and just work through your follow-up process, your sales process? What if you were able to do those kinds of things? Now, you probably ask, well, how? How do I do these things? Well, easy. It's just like doing what we just talked about just a little while ago here, is one, define who your ideal customer is, create your process, and then we're going to have you create 3 to 5 messages, figure out the frequency, what's the content of your messages, always have some kind of a call to action, asking them to take some action in the email that you're going to be sending to them. And then we're going to create a spreadsheet with our list of prospects, and we're going to create that spreadsheet over in Google Sheets. And then we're going to launch this free software that I'm going to tell you about later, free software that will help you send these messages. And then you're just going to watch the results roll in literally on your spreadsheet. You'll be able to see the results. And then it's just rinse and repeat. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a demo. So I'm going to leave the slide for just a second here. And we're going to go over to a different tool here where we're going to look at what's going on here. So if you look at now, you should see, and I'm going to be looking over at this screen for just a second here, but what you'll see is the spreadsheet piece that I've already created. Now, in the interest of time, I've done it in advance because otherwise this presentation will take forever. But all you really need in here is a name. So I'm putting first name, last name, and then an email address. And then speed networking is the event type. We've got event attended. So I put in here this where I met the person. That's what I mean by that right there. And then the personalization. So I have a personalization tag. Now I'm going to show you something else. Here's the template that I created. So this template set goes to the person and says, hi, first name. So it's going to put their name in there. And then it says, hey, first name, hey. And it's going to put their name in there. It was a pleasure to meet you at whatever the event was that I met them at. And then I put in something that personalizes it to them, that helps them understand how I know them, why do I want to talk with them, whatever. The remainder of my message is pretty standard. It just basically says I would love to schedule about 30 minutes for us to talk more and see if it makes sense for us to somehow collaborate with each other. Remember I said we needed a call to action? I've got just click here to view my availability to schedule a time, right? So my calendar system makes it easy. I'm going to just highlight this. My calendar system makes it easy to find a time I'm available and schedule a time together. And then just click here to view my availability. So I gave them one call to action. I don't want to give them a bunch of things to do. I want to be able to measure the result of this message going out to people. All right, now so the message is ready there. All I do is put them into my spreadsheet. I go up here and I launch my tool. My tool is called, oops, I went to the wrong thing. I go to add-ons. Yeah, that's the key right there. From the spreadsheet, you go to add-ons, and then you launch the tool. It's called Yet Another Mail Merge. And I'm going to actually give you a link that will give you some benefits for using this in just a second here. So now this is going to launch, and it's going to tell me how many emails can I send today. I can still send 400 emails from this software today. And if you send more than 400 personalized emails a day, that is amazing. Then you call me and tell me exactly how you do it, okay? So sender's name is going to be my name. And then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to find the template that I want to send from. I'm going to use this Let's Connect template. So I'm going to put that in. And then I'm going to click this link here to just check the back end to make sure that I'm sending from the account that I want to send to. Because by now, I actually have multiple email accounts set up here inside of Gmail. And so I can choose any of these accounts, but I'm going to send from my main account, and I want the reply to address to be that same email. So I set it up and just make sure it's accurate. And it's telling me here you can send 3 emails. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click on send, and it's giving me some other little messages right here. We're not going to get into all of those right now, right at this moment. But the software is actually now sending. So now it's telling me that all the messages have been sent. I can send 397 more today. So I click OK. It's now giving me this little report. This is kind of cool because it's giving me a report that shows me that my messages have been gone out, and it's tracking how many were opened, clicked on, responded to, bounced, or unsubscribed. There's some other stuff in there, but we're not going to get into all of that stuff at this moment right now. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go in and I am going to open one of the emails so that we can see that it's doing what it is that it's supposed to do. Okay, so we're going to just click on this email that came in, and it shows that that email was open. So you see that happening in real time right there. And then I'm going to go over to another one of the emails, and we're going to look at it, and then I am going to actually click on it. Not only just click on it, but I'm going to open it so it shows you that another email was opened. But if I click on the link that's inside the email, it shows you that the link was clicked. And it does that same thing for responded, or if the email was bounced, it'll show up as read or whatever. So it's kind of cool. You can actually see what's going on with it right there, and you can track those messages. Now, there are some other cool features. If I click this plus sign, it allows me to follow up. So I can follow up with people that opened the message. I can follow up with people who haven't opened the message. I can follow up with people who have not responded to the message, or I can just simply send a message to everyone. So this is a fantastic tool that will actually help me to keep track and to connect with people and to communicate with people. Now, I'm just going to show you. If you look at this, you'll see here that some of my previous mailings right here. You'll see the results off to the left over there, but this one says 80% of open rates on it. And I look at the next one then, and I can see that this one had 82% open rates. And if I look at the last one, I can see that we had 73% open rates on these. And so remember what I said is that 80% of personal emails will get opened. And so this is coming out looking like a personal email. So that's why it's getting such better open rates than you would get in a standard email system. Right now, who is this system for? And this is really anyone who wants to make highly personalized connections with people. And so it could be small business owners, business networkers, salespeople who need to set face-to-face appointments, nonprofit organizations. Maybe you need to create donors or build more donors and whatnot. Create any industry. It's a simple system, and anyone who wants more email opens, this system would work for. And why would you use it? Well, I use this really on the front end for initial messages because I want to make that personal connection. So this just helps me do it a little bit faster and a little bit more efficient, and a way to track it. Because if I just cut and paste and put these emails into my email system, I would not be able to track whether somebody really opened it or not, or whether they clicked on the link or not. This allows you to have some of the high-end email features, but without, number one, without the expense, and number two, it's a whole lot less hassle to make that happen. Okay, so what are the steps then? There's five basic steps to make this happen. Number one, you go to your Gmail account and you set up your business email, in your Gmail. And the simple way to do that is you just go into your Gmail settings and set it up as an email alias, or you can actually set it up to send from your domain, your business email, using Gmail's SMTP. Now, if they don't know what that means, I have an answer. I can help you with that a little bit later, okay? The second thing that we're going to do with that is then you're going to set up your Gmail templates. And I showed you those templates that I have. And that's simple. You just go into Compose, and there's 3 little dots down in the bottom right. You click on those, and that's where you access templates to create templates. Now, if you don't see it down there and you click on those 3 little dots, it means that templates is not turned on. So you just have to go into your Gmail settings, go to the Advanced tab, and you can then turn on the templates, and then you'll be able to do that. You'll see them at that point. The next thing is you're going to do is you're just going to take your Google spreadsheet. You're going to create a Google Sheets spreadsheet, and that's what's going to house your data and your merge codes. And so you literally, the data you want to show up inside that message, you're going to put the codes in on your spreadsheet, and the codes on your Gmail letter, your email that's going to go out, and that's what brings the 2 pieces together to merge the data into your email. And then the fourth thing is going to be install the software called Yet Another Mail Merge. Now, if you go to my domain or my link right here, if you put in StanInShields, it's right here on the screen, .com/YAMM. If you use that link, it's going to give you an additional 50 free emails a day. Using that, you can use that software for free, and you'll get 50 emails a day. If you use my link, you'll get 50 more emails a day. That means you'll have 100 emails a day that you can send out using that Chrome extension. And if you want to bypass all of that, just pay $20. Pay those guys $20, and you can send as many emails as you're eligible to send. You can do it in a day, okay? Makes it simple. And then the last thing is to go to your Google Sheet, click on Add-ons, and run the Yet Another Mail Merge program and send your messages to people. And then just rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it to make all the connections that you want to make, all right? Now, some of you are saying, yeah, well, that's great, but I'm really not that technical. Okay, I understand it. It's not hard, but if you don't understand some of those settings and what some of that is, I get it. Can be a little bit tricky. And so if that's the case, then I created a summit special that can help you with all of that. So I've got a complete package that will give you written detailed instructions with graphics, links, calendars, whatever, all the stuff you need to set the system up. There's also 3 videos that will give you video instruction on how to set the system up, as well as how to use it and advanced functionality, because there's a lot more that little piece of software will do for you, but we just don't have time to get into all of that today. I'm also going to give you the sample introductory emails, spreadsheet formats, instructions, and so forth. But I also throw in some bonuses here. So there are some bonuses. There's a 100 follow-up marketing secrets, $47 value. This 100 follow-up marketing secrets are helping you get the person's attention and getting them to come back and visit your site, or come back and visit with you and work with you. I'm giving you Fail-Proof Headlines ebook along with this training series, email training series, that will help you write better headlines. Remember, we said that subject lines were one of the reasons that people will consider your message as spam. So you want to get great subject lines. And then I'm giving you a Staying in Touch ebook and training series. It's an email training series. This whole training program is about $197, but you're going to get it just as a bonus. It's included with this. And that includes 12 weeks of emails that's going to help you to write better emails and to communicate with your prospects much better and to be able to stay in touch with people. I've created an email compilation for you that actually shows you how to improve on the open rates, the click-to-open rates, and all of those kinds of details you need to make your emails work better, including some tools that you can go to and send your email through it. It'll tell you whether or not it's going to hit the spam filter or not, and so forth. So it'll up your game on email marketing. And then the last thing, this is a weekly tech support call that I do in my Facebook group. I'm giving you a free 30-day trial to that, which is about a $29 value as well, okay? And so this kind of sums it all up for you. The regular course materials are $47, and the $47 for the basic course, 100 email follow-up, $47, the fail-proof email and headlines, $97, the staying in touch course is $197, the email article compilation, $47, and then the weekly tech support call, $29. Total value of $464, but if you are a Summit Club member, you're going to get this for free. It's already included as a Summit Club member. If you are not a Summit Club member, then you can always go and upgrade and get it for free, or you can just buy it for 27 bucks. Okay, it's $27 one-time payment. This link will show you exactly how to get it, and so you'll be able to then be able to do this, and you'll be getting that 30 days free trial to my weekly support call, so that if you have questions, I can always answer questions for you there. So that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time.